It's the Underpowered Hour. This week, we're live from the ANARC 75th Diamond Jubilee celebration at the beautiful Greek Peak Mountain Resort in Cortland, New York. And now, without delay, here's the show.
Welcome to the Underpowered Hour. I'm Steve Barris, mild-mannered television executive by day and Land Rover collector by night. You can find out more about our cars and what we're working on at thebarriscollection.com or follow us on Instagram at thebarriscollection. I'm joined, as always, by my good friend, Ike Goss.
Thank you to everyone joining us today. I'm the laminated glass to Steven's smart glass. I'm the transparent host of podcasting, Ike Goss. I own and operate Pangolin 4x4 in Springfield, Oregon, where we live and breathe Land Rovers. Check us out online on Facebook, Instagram at Pangolin 4x4. Let's get started.
All right, Ike. Well, we are here, finally, live at ANARC's Diamond Jubilee 75th anniversary of Land Rover in Cortland, New York. It's actually beautiful here today. It was raining like crazy, but not only are we joined by Abigail, but surprise, Jenna's here.
She showed up. It's totally surprised me. I did not have any idea that she was coming, and I drove out here. For those of you that don't know, I drove out here, towed a Land Rover, and I've been driving for the last 5 days, and then I show up here, and who should show up mere hours later but Jenna?
That's right. That's right. I did know about it and have been lying to you about that and so many other things, for the last week.
I think we're going to have a talk.
It was a great surprise. We have the Underpowered Hour Full Sail Dream Machine Defender out front, slightly operational. We have the beautiful Steve McQueen car here, and we have a tent full of like old-timey furniture. And as we lovingly refer to this area as the Hot Stove Lounge per hockey parlance, we actually have a hot stove in this lounge, which I think is pretty fantastic. Bob Steele and the gang here at the ANARC organizing committee have taken our humor literally and gotten us a little stove, which I really appreciate.
They've really gone out of their way to make this event a special thing, and like they did the last one 25 years ago, and so all these people we're 25 years younger,
yes,
and it's really amazing they put this together with solely volunteer effort. They've got everything that you could possibly imagine. They got trail rides. They've got RTV trials. They've got
there's a Pink Panther
vendor area.
there's a movie screen set up in the Adventure Center.
They've got an adventure center. There's a water park.
There's a
car show.
It's crazy. It's really amazing. And so seeing all these Land Rover enthusiasts pull this together without having like an event planner or event specialty company come in, it really is impressive.
That's true. Even Land Rover proper, JLR, is here with some vehicles, and our good friend Jeffrey Ahuden is here. The
sponsored a little coffee shop
is here. Yeah, they set up a free coffee shop.
It was good.
Gave us some coffee. It was a good coffee. Yeah, yeah. It was a good Defender branded coffee. But because it is a Defender branded coffee, mine leaked a tiny bit, but that's all right.
A tiny bit.
Just a tiny bit.
Well, you know what they say, check your oil.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this leaked in from the top, though, because it's a new Defender. So it just let a little bit of water into my coffee. But it's covered by a recall, apparently, though, so it'll be fine.
So what's the best thing that you've seen so far?
Well, I don't know. I think maybe the best thing that I've seen so far is, I don't know, it's a toss-up between maybe Ben Smith or Dixon Kenner. I don't know. I can't decide. We were lucky enough to run into those. We keep running into those guys, actually, and had a little bit of lunch with them.
Because they're following us.
Yeah, that's what it is. But great to see those folks. I mean, that's really, I think, the best part. Save all the amazing Land Rovers. For instance, there's a 2-door Stage 1 over there that I really like.
And that little ambulance that you like a lot just went up the hill.
Oh, I love that little ambulance.
I was trying to point it out, but yeah, just went up the hill on a trail ride.
Oh, that's fantastic. That guy's going to die up there, but that's all right. It's all the people that are here, all these East Coasters that we talk to online and on the phone and thing all the time, but we very rarely get to see. And a lot of them that didn't come to Destination Defender, which was the last time we were out here on the East Coast. It's been great. It's been so great seeing them, catching up with them. Bob Steele, all the folks from the Center Steer podcast are here, John and Dix and Morgan and Harold. It's really awesome. That's been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed that so far, catching up with people, and I've probably only seen a quarter of the people that I want to see while I'm here. There's still a bunch on my list. On my East Coast Land Rover person bingo card, I'm only halfway there.
Yeah, it's going to be funny to listen to the podcast recordings progressively throughout the weekend, because Ike's voice is going to just get raspier and raspier as it goes.
Yeah,
It's true. I've already talked to 932 people.
Yeah.
And they all got something interesting to say. They're all working on some interesting project. They come from somewhere interesting. They're, it's a pretty diverse group. They're from all over the country, and they all have some sort of, interesting Land Rover experience that brings them here. So it's been really fun getting to know these people. Some of whom I've known for 30 years and never met in person. So we don't get to do a lot of East Coast events. We've been to a few, but a lot of these people have really congregated in this particular event, because it only happens every 25 years. They've really come out in droves, and they've made an event that encourages people to do that. It's just it's pretty special. It's pretty neat.
It is. It's a pretty cool spot, and it's surprising how many folks towed their relatively new Land Rovers from 2 or 3 hours away versus, of course, we saw the first thing this morning, Steve Owen, with his Series 1. He drove like 800, 900 miles to get here.
Yeah, what a legend. That guy, he's been working on that car for 5 years. He called me when he first found it, and he's like, I need all these parts. And we sent him some parts, and he's been just very industrious over the last several years getting that thing going, and he got it like running and driving. And initially he found that he had a crack in his engine block, and so he was kind of a real setback for him in his project. He needed an engine. We sent him an engine. He's got the engine in and running, and he drove it all the way from Wisconsin up here to New York, Oshkosh. I think they went through Canada. They took ferries. They had some issues. They just really persevered, and he showed up yesterday, and I saw him, and he was just so happy to see. Just his enthusiasm is really contagious, because he just loves the Land Rover, and he just he's put so much blood, sweat, and tears into making it happen, and to be successful to get here was really cool to see.
He did certify the operation of our fireplace as well, which is important.
I think that's critical. Yeah, the chimney is definitely his forte. He's a fireplace installer, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and this is this met his high standard of installation scrutiny, and seeing as the chimney just goes inside of the tent here.
I am getting a little woozy.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Ike's voice will get more raspy, and we will all get progressively more tired over the course of all of these podcasts. It is thank goodness for that free Defender coffee.
Free Defender coffee? Yeah. Defender coffee. There's a lot of people giving away stuff here. It's a good place to get some swag, if you will. There's the chairlifts running. People are going to the top of the mountain. People are doing the trail rides. People are checking out all the special, interesting cars that folks have brought in. It's just it's really great. It's really great.
It is. It's an incredible event. So this afternoon, we are going to embark on the first ever Crossed Podcast game show, maybe competition. I'm not exactly sure how to describe it, but we're going to have a friendly competition, a matching of wits and strength and ingenuity and ability to escape a pair of handcuffs with our good friends at the Center Steer podcast.
I predict fisticuffs.
Yeah, I think it's the only way it'll be settled. Like a hockey game in overtime, somebody is definitely going to get punched. So
somebody's getting their shirt pulled over their head. That's all I have to say.
That's exactly right. Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be great. And then throughout the weekend, like you said, we're doing podcasts with all kinds of fantastic people. We're going to talk to all of the honorees, folks that Jeff Aronson has brought out, from everyone from Nick Dimbleby to Nick Rogers. Again, we've got all the Nicks, all the Land Rover Nicks. Daphne is here. Daphne Green is here. Everybody. There's a really, really fantastic group of people. Bill Burke is here. We've got we got all kinds of things. I think we saw Jim Sweat walk by. All kinds.
There's
of
more
fun
interesting people than we have time to interview.
That's exactly right.
That's true.
That's exactly right. So we will squander this opportunity, instead just go get a coffee up on the deck and maybe ride around in Bill Cooper's Pink Panther.
You should just live stream Ike wandering around talking to people.
Yeah.
I know. There's also so many cars that I've sold that are here, or used to own, or pieces that I've built, and that's cool to see too. Some of these cars I haven't seen for years and years, and to see them here driving around, and in some cases, some of them have been restored or re-restored. It's neat to see.
Yeah, we gotta film it. Ike takes a tour, and
Ike takes a tour.
Ike takes a tour. Yeah, I used to own that one. That one's in there, and but that and then that engine is exactly.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
And as anyone that's purchased a car from Ike knows, at any time he can take it back. That's the deal.
It's in the contract. It's in a small print.
It's very small print, but he could just reclaim it. So what are you guys looking forward to for the rest of the weekend? What's on the agenda?
Well, certainly we have several different podcast events, and as you said, the center steer versus underpowered hour event. And, I'm just really looking forward to connecting with those people that I haven't chatted with yet, seeing those cars that I haven't chatted with. Maybe do a trail ride or two, something. I'm supposed to help Jeff Aronson with the RTV. He said he needed help with that, which I may have already dropped the ball on. I don't know. I don't remember what time I was supposed to do that. At any rate, if I have, sorry, Jeff. If not, I'll come see you after this podcast. But, now that brings up a good point. Interesting.
I would like to actually get out on the trail with the Brooklyn Coachworks guys. We were thwarted at Destination Defender. Jenna and Eliza did get out on the trail in a vehicle and promptly were stuck. Professionally stuck, though. You got professionally stuck.
Yeah, we were just passengering.
Yeah. And we did not, though. We were not allowed. We were disallowed from coming out on a trail run. So hopefully we can get out with those guys. What do you think, Jenna? Are you going to steal someone's car so you can do the RTV?
So tempting. I mean, I would definitely want to go ride that chairlift and watch the trials.
You should
get that 80-inch.
Ask Ben. That's Ben.
Oh, is
Smith.
it?
Ben.
Yeah, so
that's awesome.
Yeah, we know Ben Smith from Mendo, but he lives out here on the East Coast, and Ben's driving his 80-inch today, and we might just have to steal it.
Yeah, might just have to. And Ben is, of course, from California. He was a longtime member of the NorCal Club and has been to many SoCal events 20 years ago.
Well, he used to come to Mendo every year. We used to see him at Mendo every year.
Yeah, the RTV thing is, by the way, already going. It started at noon, goes through 5, so you can still go help him out. It's all right.
I gotta go.
It's half over. They're going to need a help. Yeah, exactly. Well, and there's a whole vendor area here, so we're going to spend some time, talking to some interesting folks. There's some folks doing some electric conversion work. We're gonna have them on the show. There's, of course, all of our friends with all of their fancy custom Land Rovering and Land Rovering adventures and all that sort of business. And it'll be great. And then just to manage to pack up all of our stuff and ship it all back to the West Coast so that we can have cars to rally and whatever else. But yeah, definitely worth coming out here. I wish we had more time because Ike and I should have really driven an 80-inch out here. I think that would have been appropriate.
That probably would have been the end of both of us.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying watching this steady line of Land Rovers come up to the trail ride. It's just like ants on a log, just watching them. It's mesmerizing.
It is. It really is. It's
all different kinds too.
Yeah,
everything from new sort of late model Discoveries to 80 inches.
There's a forward control up there right now.
There has been several forward. I have to say, this is a forward control heavy area. I've seen a couple of 2Bs. There's tons of 101s. There's a whole NATO troop transport back there with a lightweight and a 101 on it. All kinds of super super cool stuff. This is a fun little area to say the least. So we're definitely going to get lots of footage. We're going to be live streaming throughout the weekend. Of course, this is Monday's show, so you'll have already seen all of our live streams and every fantastic thing that we've got going on here. But really, it is a real testament to the ANARC folks. Like you said, an entirely volunteer-based army of people who have put this thing on out of the goodness of their hearts and their love for the brand. It really is. It's pretty special. It's pretty
cool.
special.
It's cool to see, and I'm glad you guys took the time to come visit. I, of course, was coming all along.
Yeah, right. Of course. Yeah. Ike was always planned here. But well, so how was the 5 days of driving? Any interesting stops along the way?
Yeah, there was a number of interesting stops. There's just the normal. Oh, look at that canyon, or look at that river. Or, that sort of like grand American landscape type of stuff. The hills of North Dakota and like all these amazing vistas and landscapes. Those were great, but then there was a few like stops, including a haunted orphanage that I stayed at. That was maybe a story for another time.
Yeah, it sounded like the plot to any given horror movie, and
probably several different ones.
Yeah, naturally, it makes sense that you would stop there.
Yeah,
it feels like exactly the right thing to do.
I brought an evil spirit with me.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. And now your van is haunted. So.
My van is haunted. Your Land Rover is haunted because I sat in it. So
damn it.
I mean,
haunting everything you touch.
Maybe the podcast is now haunted. Maybe there's going to be another voice we hear after
haunted
the recording.
episode.
Oh yeah, when you play the podcast backwards.
Oh god, it's like The Ring. Anybody who listens to this podcast then 5 days later regrets listening to it.
It's haunted. Well, that's not haunted.
Day
that's
one.
Normal. That's normal.
It's just been that way since day one. There's really nothing different. How about you, Abigail? What are you looking forward to this weekend?
Oh, jeez.
Sleeping in? No sleeping in.
You actually have to get up earlier.
I got to be here at 7:30 every day. Get ready for the live show.
And 7:30 is 4:30.
That's right.
Yeah, it's quite early for me.
Yeah.
It's quite early for me. I kind of do want to, like Jenna said, ride the little ski lift up the hill and fly my drone around a little, do some droning. And
because we are press, we have official press passes. It's like we've really graduated to a whole new level of debauchery that we can get into now. So
this is true. And next time that we are potentially going to be allowed into an event, we can show them our press passes from this event, and maybe they'll be convinced.
That's right. We have established a history now. I think I think we should just go commandeer someone's vehicle and
go up the hill,
go get it stuck on the hill somewhere. Yeah.
I love it.
I think we should do that. All right. Well, we're going to go see if we can find an unwilling Land Rover to go boot around up in the hills. In the coming weeks, you will hear all kinds of interesting podcast interviews that we do over the course of this weekend. Then, of course, Liza and I will be in Scotland and the UK for the better part of July. So we're going to start posting our route secretly the morning of so as not to be intercepted by the police. Feel free. We're going to make sure we let everybody know what pub we end up in at the end of every day so that if our folks over in the UK want to come and hang out, please do. We're going to spend some time with Nick Dimbleby and with Michael Bishop and Duncan Barber, and then, of course, end up with Bob and Dan Ives down just south of London. So it's going to be a whirlwind tour. Maybe go to the Classic Works. Certainly, we are going to drop in on Phil Bashel unexpectedly and demand a tour of the absolutely incredible Dunsfold collection. Nick had some photos with him that he took while he was there at the big opening, and it is... I mean, Ike and I were in that building not even 2 or 3 years ago, and it is transformed. It is incredible.
It's amazing, a diverse display of Land Rover history. Phil's done an amazing job, and I can't wait to see it. So I'm jealous that you're going to get to see it before I will. But are you going to have Indian food with Michael Bishop?
100%. 100%.
Nice.
Only the most contagious Indian food with Michael Bishop, as tradition dictates. It's going to be great. Maybe get a Dimbleby Bishop mashup going on there. Who knows what we'll get up to? Maybe we'll have our Defender, so we'll have the Classic Works customize it while it's there, like a Pimp My Ride.
Whale skin seats or something like that. Are you going to take it to SVO?
Yeah, absolutely.
Have it armored.
Go
some
through and get point out all the different colors and just more flake.
Ostrich gear shift.
Oh, I can't wait. It's going to be.
But it's just like an ostrich head.
Yeah, it's just an ostrich head, like a taxidermied ostrich head.
You can get that. They'll do it.
Oh, they'll do anything. They'll do anything. Yeah, exactly. Except put a boom lift in the back of your car. They don't do that anymore.
No.
They don't do that anymore. No. But maybe if the boom lift was like was made of like rhino horn or something, maybe they would do it. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, well, at that, we're off to find our fame and fortune here in beautiful Greek Peak. And we'll be coming to you live. So you have already seen it because this is happening in the past. But, hopefully you enjoyed all of our social media. You can go back and watch the live show every morning that Jeff Aronson and I did. Those turned out fantastic. All three of them. They were perfect
so good.
in execution.
So good.
They started on time. In insightful and entertaining things were said.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, really, it was just incredible. So
we're sorry for you if you missed it.
Yeah, it's too bad, and we're hoping that everybody had a great time, because we certainly did retroactively.
Well, speaking of a great
Fantastic.
time, I'm gonna go have one right now.
Let's do it. All right. Well, we'll catch you then on the next one.
All right. See you on the trail.
The Underpowered Hour is produced by Liza Barris, Ike Goss, and me, Steve Barris. Pavel Svardov composed and performed our theme music. Consider supporting the show on Patreon, and if you already do, thank you. Your support makes the show possible. For even more, check out our Instagram or Facebook.